Well, maybe some good news for all you fellow cheese lovers out there. Maybe. A new study suggests eating high-fat cheeses like my favorite brie, Gouda, cheddar on a daily basis could actually lower your risk of dementia. I don't need any more information, Dr. Coley. I'm fine. I can just keep the headline. We don't need to know any details.
It's kind of study I like. The ones like drink more red wine, eat more cheese,
drink more coffee.
Yes, say less.
Bust your bubble, ladies.
But you are a medical expert for a reason here, and I feel like we maybe need to get into this one a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we know about cheese consumption, brain health, the connection here?
Yeah, we've worried about it for a long time because what's in cheese? Lots of fat, lots of calories, lots of salt. And all of those things are linked to adverse cardiovascular events, inflammation, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, everything that can damage your blood vessels and cause a condition called vascular dementia, which is the most common type of dementia. Actually, people say damage to the small blood vessels in the brain is what causes dementia. All of this stuff also drives inflammation in the brain, which we know is linked not just to vascular dementia, but also Alzheimer's dementia. So people for a long time have said high-fat dairy products like high-fat milk, high-fat cheese can really be associated with a higher risk of dementia, should not be taken for brain health. But this study kind of questioned that hypothesis.
What connection did it find between cheese and the brain?
So it looked at several thousand Swedish people, and here's what it did. It asked them how much cheese they eat every day and how much high-fat cream. And the ones that had the most high-fat cheese, more than 50 grams per day, and high-fat cream had a 13 to 16% lower risk of dementia 25 years later. But here are my problems with the study and why I think it's a terrible study as a cardiologist.
I knew it was coming.
You knew it, right? Okay, so first of all, I ask you one time how much cheese you're eating, and then I look 25 years later. How is that something I can follow over time? Now, in a few subset of people, they look...
Could have been Christmas week, and all we eat is cheese and cookies. Come on.
It could have been like, in a subset of patients, they looked a few years later and said, is it still the same pattern? But they didn't look at it in all the patients. So that's number one. Number two, who are the people that are eating high-fat cheese and high-fat cream? They're likely the people that don't have chronic health problems, right? Because the ones that have chronic health problems are probably more likely to eat less fat and less cream. Third, it was all done in Sweden, and we know that the cows in Sweden are grass-fed, which is very different than the cows here in the United States, and the amount of omega-3 that ends up in the milk with grass-fed cows is actually very different. And then we also know that Swedes eat different types of cheeses than us Americans. We like our cheese slices, which are unhealthy as can be, as opposed to them, they eat a lot of the fermented cheeses.
Stuff.
Yeah.
They have the good cheese.
Yeah.
So the bottom line to all this is maybe we just forget about this study.
No, forget about the study, but you can eat a little cheese. And so people say, oh, stay away from cheese altogether. What I want you to do is eat cheese in moderation. Don't use cheese to replace healthier things like fruits and vegetables and olive oils and seeds and nuts. But certainly you can use a little bit of cheese to replace unhealthier proteins and fats like your processed meats, your red meats, those types of things that are even worse for you. So you're going to roll your eyes at me, but how much cheese can you eat every day? About 2 little small dice. So you know the size of the dice?
Oh, you knew an eye roll was coming.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, in general. Really? Now you can probably eat a little bit more if you're healthier at baseline, but maybe a little bit less if you're not healthy, already have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. But the idea here is not to go out and buy big cheese wheels because that's not what I'm recommending as a cardiologist. Now, if you are going to pick a cheese, then there's certain healthier cheeses, and you want to pick those fermented cheeses that I talked about. If you're picking something that's like mozzarella, you want to try to pick skim mozzarella over full-fat mozzarella.
Does that really make a difference? Because sometimes I'm like,
Not too much, depending on the portion size.
Okay.
So if you're eating lots of it, then yes, it makes a difference. But if you're eating just a tiny bit, like you go to a party, eat a little bit in a skewer or something like that, that should be totally fine. And you think about what happens in the fermented cheeses. Not only are they good in protein content, but they also have a lot of good probiotics for your gut. And so that gut-brain connection is healthy. It has vitamin B12 and it has a lot of calcium. So try to eat cheese in moderation as part of your heart-healthy diet. Don't be scared of it, but certainly don't go out and binge on it thinking you're protecting your brain cells by doing that.
Fair enough. Yeah, come on.
it's like charcuterie season 2. You're like, stay away from the red meats and the processed meats. I'm like, but the meat and the cheese, that's the good stuff.
Well, so on the charcuterie board, you pick the berries.
Oh, girl, please.
Yeah.
That's not right. Come
That's
on.
not happening.
Honestly, brie is like my favorite food of all time. So,
It's so good.
Is it really?
It is
And it's the brie is one of those healthier cheeses because it has a little bit less sodium. So maybe a lower sodium option of brie.
Maybe 3 dice worth of brie.
Yeah, that's a positive.
Yeah,
Take
3
away,
dice.
Ginny.
For the holidays.
There you go. 3 cubes for you. Dr. Coley, thank you so much.